Hello everyone, JDev has returned once again to give you exactly what you want, which would be, of course, more of me talking and discussing The Walking Dead, specifically giving my episode recap / one rundown of the most recent episode of The Walking Dead. Before I do that, you should know if you're a fan of The Walking Dead and you like this video, make sure you thumb it up or like it, depending on if you're on Facebook or YouTube. If you're not a fan and you didn't like this video, you can go ahead and thumb it down. That's fine too. Make sure you share it, favorite it, subscribe if you want to, and always leave a comment so we can keep the discussion going, especially with the break that we're going to have now. And of course, if you're watching this video, you probably shouldn't watch it any longer if you don't want to be spoiled, because I'm going to go into major spoilers. So let's get started with the episode rundown. It's from Season 10, Episode number 8. The episode title was called The World Before. And here's what happens. So we start with a flashback of Dante and Alpha. He hadn't been with the Whispers that long before he went to Alexandria. Alpha tells him that she wants him to be her eyes and ears inside the walls at Alexandria, and that's how he gets there. We have a scene where they show that Dante killed the old lady. I think her name was Cheryl. I didn't catch that in last week's episode, but that's what happened. I guess it was pretty obvious that he killed her, but I, for some reason, didn't notice it due to him burying, outside with somebody wrapped up in a blanket, and I don't know. I didn't notice it. Then we see that Rosita stops to see Siddiq. Dante, of course, comes out and starts to shoot the shit with her a little bit. Then, of course, he realizes that she's starting to figure him out, and he attacks Rosita. Then it flashes to Siddiq, and we see Siddiq start to turn. Then Walker Siddiq does turn, and Walker Siddiq starts to go after Coco, their baby. Rosita stabs Dante in the shoulder, then stabs Walker Siddiq in the head, which is very touching, and then goes back to beating the crap out of Dante. So Siddiq is officially dead, for those of you that thought he would have survived the rear naked choke by Dante. And sad to see Siddiq go, but nonetheless. And now we get more of Erin talking to Gamma. She reveals that her real name is Mary. Whoop-de-doo. Dante says killing Siddiq wasn't a part of the plan to everybody. Father Gabriel, Daryl, Rosita, and Carol. I don't like Dante. But it wasn't part of the plan, and he wanted to increase their paranoia of, so they would get beat by the Whispers. Erin says Dante has only been there for 4 months, and also says that Mary, Gamma, told him where Alpha is keeping the large zombie herd. Dale, of course, is still mad at Carol and tells her that she lied to him about Lydia. Carol, of course, is like, what was I supposed to say? We get a Scott signing. Scott had more dialogue in this episode than he's had since his debut episode in Season 6, Episode 3. Thank you, I believe. Luke's talking to Judith about music on the horse buggy. Well, the horse with car parts attached to it. Luke, Michonne, Judith, and Scott all go to a library. Luke's in danger of dying until a new character that we don't know the name of saves him from a definite near-death experience. They're teasing us with a potential Luke death. I don't know if they're going to kill him. They might just tease us with potential deaths of Luke, and then he ends up surviving, but we'll see. So Luke gets saved by the stranger. Luke likes the stuff that he had in his bag. Then we get Michonne gets radioed by Magna, and she finds out that Siddiq is dead. They have a funeral for Siddiq. Seems like Rosita still had major feelings for Siddiq that we didn't know about. Then we get Ezekiel and Carol talking. Ezekiel thought Siddiq would live forever. Nobody lives forever in The Walking Dead except for Daryl and Carol and Negan. Those three. Maybe Morgan, because Morgan doesn't die. We have a scene where Rosita's going after some walkers at Alexandria that got past the gate. I think they're at Alexandria. Maybe they're at Hilltop. I think it's Alexandria. And she's killing them. A couple of them have hard hats on. And then one of them she can't kill. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, good old Eugene saves Rosita. That was nice. Are they really potentially going to a relationship with them two? It would be awesome, but I just don't see it happening in the TV show. But I would love it because it's long overdue at this point. Long overdue, in my opinion. Then we see Father Gabriel watching a videotape of Dante right when he got to Alexandria, they videotape everybody to kind of scope them out, find out what they're about, and he wasn't happy. Then Rosita comes in, and her and Gabriel talk. Then we get a scene with Aaron and Gracie playing Name That Capital. Then the guy who saved Luke shows up at Oceanside. Rachel says that he's the one that's been disarming the security system. Those Oceanside characters, I do think they're rather pointless, and I really do think they all should die if they're not going to do anything to the show. Then, of course, walkers get inside Oceanside. Gabriel asked Dante if he really had a son, and that's what he liked about him. Then all of a sudden, Gabriel goes beast mode and stabs Dante, and killing him with repeated stabs with a knife. That was awesome. Then he feels bad about it, and I'm sure he thinks he sinned because of that, but, you got to do stuff like that. Dante did a bad thing. He killed Sadiq. Sadiq didn't do nothing wrong. So that was it. That was really cool. Judith catches the captured guy. When the walkers got into Oceanside, everybody kind of spread and ran off and did whatever, went different ways, trying to escape as she cuts his leg. Daryl, Carol, Aaron, all of them meet up with Jerry, Connie, Magna, and Kelly and go past the border. Daryl tells Carol that she's been like a goddamn ghost ever since she got off that boat. They have an emotional moment together. They hug. Please, Walking Dead. Please, Angela King. Please, Scott Gimple, whoever's in charge of what goes on. Just give us a Daryl and Carol sexual relationship, please. I mean, come on. Quit teasing us. This best friends thing, come on. I'm not a big fan of Daryl and Carol, like most people are, but this is what the fans want. I think they deserve it. Since neither character was in the comic books, you can do whatever you want with it. Well, Carol was, but it was a completely different Carol. Give us that, please. Then Gabriel burns Dante's body. Rosita comes by, and it seems like Rosita's kind of pleased with what Gabriel did, and she approves of what he did. I don't see that relationship lasting much longer. One of those characters most likely will die. I don't know for sure. I hope neither of them do die, because they're both interesting, but I don't know. I think Rosita's days are numbered. And why did they have Father Gabriel have that eye issue? It's kind of weird, but nonetheless. Then the captured man tells Michonne her daughter is a little demon with a sword. Not even a real daughter, technically, but she's raised her. That was pretty funny. And, of course, the captured man, we'll find out who that is in just a second here. A character from the Walking Dead comic books. So he tells Michonne that he's just looking for supplies and means no one harm. And then he goes on and says some things about mercy and whatever. And then Michonne realizes that that's something that Rick says and remembers the part where Rick said, "My mercy prevails over my wrath," and starts to give the guy more of a chance to explain himself and not just think he's out for no good. The captured guy says that he lives on an island that's actually a naval base that's hard to find. We find out that Virgil is our new character, the captured guy. Straight out of the Walking Dead comic book, will be taking Michonne to the island on a boat to get weapons to help them against the Whisperers. So he's going to help us. That's cool. Luke says that Michonne, and it's only going to be Michonne, no one else. Luke says that Michonne shouldn't worry as they've got Judith looking after us, or Judith looking over them, essentially. Funny stuff. Scott has some more dialogue. All right, they're making Scott more important so they can kill him off in a future episode, like really future. I don't know for sure. Michonne gives Judith a walkie to let her check in every day or every hour until she comes back. Then we go back to our other members, Carol, Daryl, Aaron, Magna, Kelly, Connie, and Jerry. They're walking through, they're past the border, walking through the woods, just looking for the zombie horde. And then Carol sees Alpha out in the field and goes running after her. And Daryl's like, "What the hell are you doing, Carol?" And then, of course, everybody follows. and then Alpha leads them into a cave, and then everybody else enters, and then they fall a little bit further down, not the lower level, but right above the lower level of the cave. Alpha must have went out around the corner and hid somewhere. And in that cave is the horde of walkers. That's where she's been hiding, the horde of walkers, or that's where they are now. And then the episode ends. So, pretty good episode. A little, for the mid-season finale, I felt it was a little weak. I did enjoy it. I enjoyed a lot of the Luke, Michonne, Judas stuff. That was good. And, of course, the Daryl Carol stuff was good as well. I'm a little upset that we didn't have any Negan, we didn't have any Lydia, and we didn't have any Beta. I think in a mid-season finale, we need to have those important characters, at least Negan. So that will take away from the score, but I think going forward, I need to focus less on when Negan's in an episode because there's so many characters that other people need time on The Walking Dead. So it's just strange. Like, there was no major character deaths other than Dante. I thought there would have been, some craziness in the episode just to set up the Whisper War. But I think this is the episode that's going to start the big, crazy, action-packed episodes of The Walking Dead. I would have preferred this lead up to it, and they would have ended with the, Whisper War for the mid-season finale. But you know what? They want to make the start of next season crazy, and I think that's what's going to happen. I think the Whisper War will only be like 4 episodes at most, and they'll be over with, and then we'll start something new. So, my score of this episode, I'm going to give it an 8.8 out of 10. Again, good episode. Lots of developments. I'm getting a little annoyed with the Gamma Aaron stuff, or Mary, as they want to call her now. But it's still interesting and intriguing. I thought the Siddiq stuff was really sad. Him turning and Rosita having to kill him. And then the funeral for Siddiq where, Daryl, Rosita, Carol, they were all there. So sad stuff. So, yeah, I'm going to give it an 8.8 out of 10. Again, good episode. I was expecting more chaos for a mid-season finale, like Jesus dying last season. We saw Dante's death. I think they should have kept Dante around for a few more episodes. But what do I know? So, looking forward to the second half of the season. They should come back late February or maybe mid-February. And I'll do some predictions videos for what I think will happen and whatnot. And, yeah, pretty good first half of The Walking Dead Season 10. I enjoyed it a lot. I'm going to miss doing review videos or recap videos or rundown videos, whatever you want to call them, for the next, couple of months. But we'll talk about other things. But, yeah, Walking Dead is over for 2019, and I can't wait for 2020. Make sure you leave a comment. Make sure you like or thumb up the video. Or if you didn't like it, go ahead and thumb it down. That's fine. But let's keep the discussion going, especially since we don't have any Walking Dead until February, March-ish. So, again, I hope everybody enjoyed the video. Make sure you comment and thumb up the video or like it. And, of course, J-Dub will be back again soon with another. And, by the way, my character of the episode, I'm going to give it to Michonne because Michonne is just awesome. So, I'll be back again soon with another. Peace.